Let's play a little bit of this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I already messed up. I already messed up. I want to do this. Here we go. I want to say whoever's singing this is really good.
I can't say I'm surprised, standing here cleaning up your goodbyes. Can't put the blame all in your hands, 'cause I'm the one who gave us a second chance. If I didn't see it coming, it's 'cause I wasn't looking, even though you didn't ask how I'm doing. Hurts a little less than a sledgehammer pounding your chest in the middle of the night. Hurts a little less than your whole world shaking when it's taken in the blink of an eye. Hurts a little less than a freight train hurricane wrecking everything inside. Yeah, you might have just broken my heart again, but it hurts a little.
There she is.
Hurts a little less this time.
Tyra Madison is with me here tonight, and that's a little bit of her new single, Hurts a Little Less. And Tyra, how are you? Oh,
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm turning you down here. Hang on a minute. I got to do something else here. Boy, I'm on a new system here tonight. As a matter of fact, I can listen to this whole song all night. Stay right there. Here we go. And now we're back. There you go. I did it. You know, you would never know that I work in a radio station after all that just happened.
Yeah. No,
How are you?
It's okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said, how are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can now.
Okay. Maybe I need to yell.
No, you're good. You're good.
Have you ever had like those moments where everything that happens shouldn't be happening, like what just happened to me?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like maybe
That's
you're getting ready to,
Period.
yeah, getting ready to play or something. It's like, oh, crap. But yeah, there you go. Tyra Madison, how are you? First of all, where are you?
Nashville. I'm in Nashville.
You lucky girl.
Yeah.
Now, was it hot there today?
Very, very hot.
Like how hot?
I'd say like 90s probably.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're in the Northeast.
Like humid, like
Bleh.
uncomfortable hot.
It's like that. Blah.
Yeah.
That's hot. Yeah, where you don't want to go outside.
I'm gonna lie, I really didn't go outside, but I went out for 5 seconds and I was like, no.
Nope. Got to stay in. Got to stay in the air conditioning. Absolutely. So, how long have you been in Nashville?
7 years.
Wow. And you're originally from
Kentucky.
Whereabouts?
Kentucky.
Whereabouts?
Pine Top.
Population.
Small.
So, hey, so
one stop lot.
I love it. So if I was to drive into your hometown, what would be the first thing I'd see?
Yoder's, which is a little grocery store, local grocery store, and it has the best like bread. It's so
really
good.
Yeah. Do you eat a lot of
bread? It's so good.
Oh, homemade bread. Nothing better. Nothing better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's just pretty much a grocery store and a crossroad, a street light, stop sign, whatever. And
pretty much, yeah. A bank.
Yeah. Cool. So what got you interested in music?
So I grew up singing bluegrass music with my papa and my uncle and my mama, and my uncle played the guitar, my papa played the harmonica. So I grew up in a musical family. And then when I was in kindergarten, I did the school talent show. At the time, I was at a private school, K through 12, and I sang "You Are My Sunshine" a cappella. And that was when I was like, "This is what I want to do. I want to perform."
You know, I hate asking the question who your musical influences were or are, but I think you just answered that. I mean, your papa and the whole family, they were your influences. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that really got you going. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Who do you listen to nowadays?
Nowadays, I've really loved Lainey Wilson. I like her a lot.
And who doesn't?
Yeah. I mean, she's killing it.
Yeah. Have you been to the Lainey shows? I know they've done a couple in Nashville. And
I've been to her show at CMA Fest, but last year I went before she completely blew up. And I always pick an artist each year, and I'm like, they're gonna blow up. And she was one where I was like, she's gonna blow up. And what happened?
She blew
She
up.
blew up.
Yeah. We've had
So,
her on the Skip Happens podcast a while ago, and she told us her story of moving to Nashville in a camper and just parking and staying in that camper for, I don't know, a few years. And then the floor fell out and the plumbing went bad. And it was just amazing, the story she had to tell, you know? Yeah. Yeah. So you said you've been there 7 years,
mhm.
and you realized you had to move to Nashville because if you were going to give it any chance at all, that you needed to go to Nashville.
Yeah, in order to, meet people and songwrite and do what I wanted to do, I needed to move here. And I moved here for school. I went to Belmont,
There you go. Yeah.
graduated from there, got the degree, made my mama happy, and now I'm doing the same thing I was doing when I got here, and the
Mhm.
artist thing.
Who were some of your professors at Belmont? I know they have a lot of the country music or the music. Some of the people from the industry, they come in, whether it's the record labels, the musicians. Were you able to meet any of those or
Really
work with any
cool.
of those?
Yeah, so one of my, professors was, like, in the band, I think it was the Turtles, where it's like,
Was it Flo and Eddie?
I don't know.
That's that. I know you're going way back.
But it's the song
Happy Together.
Happy Together. Yeah. Yeah, he was in that band, and then I also had, Paramore's, Haley. Her
Oh,
mom
cool.
was one of my professors too.
How cool.
Yeah,
How
it
cool.
was really cool.
Yeah, and were you comfortable with them? You know what I mean? Do you get
Yeah.
it like, oh my God, that's so
No, they were so kind. You would have never known. It was just cool. It was so Belmont to have a professors like that, but
Yeah. And Tyra, how long ago did you graduate?
2019.
Oh, wow. Right. Just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you'll probably correct me if I'm wrong. I would assume that 2019, you couldn't wait to get out of school and get out on your own and start, singing and recording your own music. And then bam, what happened in 2020? We got the pandemic.
Yeah, I graduated right on time. I got to walk across the stage. I know a lot of people didn't get to, but yeah, it was a huge like shock, COVID. I think for the industry in general, but for me for sure. But we couldn't perform out live at the time, but I did try to do things that I could control, which was social media and try to grow that. So that's when I got on the old TikTok and still doing that.
And it's working for you.
Mhm. Yeah, TikTok is a great platform for me.
We've had a lot of artists pretty much, that's where they're getting their start now. When you take a look around, you've got, you got Bailey Zimmerman, you've got, I can go on and on. It's just so many that are, they've got go back to Kane Brown in the early days. Kane Brown was a YouTube star, and now look at him. So
yeah,
it's just amazing. It's amazing.
The power of social media and it's crazy.
Yeah. You do all your own social media?
Yeah, I do. I have help.
It.
I have people help me boost my posts and stuff like that. But a lot of it I do myself. Posting, posting myself is me.
Absolutely. So do you get out and write much? Do you go to the writers' rounds? How does all that work for you?
Yeah, I try to write at least once a week if I can. It's very spread out. Or if I'm playing around in town, I try to do that at least every other week or once a week or something. Just depends on the show and who's asked me to play. But I do love going out to others' writers' rounds and supporting, my friends or just, seeing there's just so many talented people in this town. There's always something going on.
There is, and you're one of those. I can tell you that much. Listening to your music, it's only a matter of time before somebody goes, "Hey, Tyra, we want to talk to you." So,
thank you.
Would you? I mean, you're an independent right now, doing it all on your own. Do you think that's better for you, or would you want to be signed under a major label? I guess not to mean like I don't want it to sound like it's a dumb question, but I've talked to a lot of independent artists that really enjoy being on the independent side where they can make their own decisions and what have you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like there's pros and cons to that.
Mhm.
You know, of course, the goal is for a record label that truly believes in me, but there is pros to being an independent artist. You can release a song whenever you want to. You can, basically do what you want, which
Right.
is very freeing and cool. But I think it's all about just finding a label that allows you to be yourself and
Mhm,
do
mhm,
those things
mhm.
along with work with you.
Yeah, totally, totally. Have you had that opportunity to go out and work with some major artists? Have you been opening for anybody that's, very notable?
Yeah, I've opened for Nelly, Priscilla Block. That was a really fun show.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, Priscilla's
Sunny
a
Days.
partier. She's a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah, she is
She,
a good time.
yeah, absolutely.
She's funny. Um, Larry Fleet was
Oh,
another
you
recent one.
love Larry Fleet.
Oh my
Sure.
god, he's so talented.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
he was so awesome to watch live.
mhm. If you could pick anybody to collaborate with, who do you think it would be or would like to be?
I'm not gonna lie, I love Lainey Wilson. I also love Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Those are probably my picks.
Well, Morgan's on fire. We know that. I
Yeah.
mean, from a radio standpoint, it's like he's got 3 or 4 songs in, like, the top 10, top 15, and it's just like, having to juggle those around a little bit is not an easy thing to
It
do,
must be
but,
it
he's
must
so
be a
good.
hard laugh.
What's that?
Said it must be a hard laugh.
It is, but no, it's all good. But, yeah, interesting. So where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I wanna be for sure already played the Opry. That's one of my big goals. And definitely touring, maybe playing a few stadiums.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, nobody does that overnight. I mean, even some of the big stars right now are not playing those stadiums, but,
Mhm.
but still, I get it, I get it. What does it take to get on the Opry? Do you know?
I have no idea. If you know, let
We're
me
gonna
know.
find out. We're gonna find out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know I've talked to other artists that have been up there on the Opry, and they say it's like none other. You stand in that circle, and it's just like, wow, something
No.
comes over you where it's
And
just
I've been to a show at the Opry one time. I watched Carrie Underwood there,
Mhm.
but I've never done, like, the tour where you, like, step in the circle or anything. Like,
Oh, you
I'm
gotta
not
do that. Come
don't
on.
want to do that because I want the first time I'm ever backstage to be when I'm performing there. So,
You have a point. I get it. I get it. I
mhm.
get it. Do you get out at all and go down, like, on Broadway, hang out down there?
Broadway is not my first choice, I'll say that, but I am occasionally on Broadway, yes.
I I was there 2 weeks ago, and,
Okay.
my wife and I decided to take a walk down on Broadway on a Saturday evening, mind you.
Yeah.
Not the thing to do. It's just
Crowded.
it's crowded, thank you. There are lines everywhere. I totally get it. I do,
Mhm.
I understand it, but if you just wanna go and maybe take a walk, that's not the place to do it. It's crazy. It's crowded. And Nashville has become so big. I mean, even over just the past 7 years that you've been there, you've probably seen it, just change overnight, correct?
Oh my god, yeah. From
But
when I moved here 7 years ago, I mean,
yep,
it's unbelievable how many what's it called? Like, construction, there's tons of construction here, it's still happening, but especially throughout those 7 years, I mean, this town
right,
is a
right, right,
completely different town
right.
from when I first moved here.
They say the state bird is the crane because there's a crane on every corner.
That's the word I was looking for, there's a crane, literally, that is so accurate. Wow.
Uh, uh,
Yeah,
uh.
that's
I
true.
Is
Not
music the only thing you do, Tyra?
I mean, yeah, I would say my job-wise,
Yeah, yeah.
but, like,
Okay.
my hobbies include hanging out with my friends, my
Oh, yeah.
family,
I know I talk to a lot of independents that, hey, I gotta work all day. I gotta pay my rent.
Mhm,
So, and it's tough being a musician, I would assume, to go out there and get those gigs and be able to put some money aside for the bills and the rent and all that. And also, if you got a band, you gotta pay your band members and all that as well. So,
mhm.
yeah.
It's expensive.
Mm, yeah. If you weren't doing music, what do you think you'd be doing?
That's hard. Well, I was a peer tutor in high school,
Oh,
but
wow.
if I wasn't doing anything with music, I would probably do something like
Mhm,
that.
mhm,
I have a
mhm.
big heart for, people with disabilities, like, I was a best buddy in college and stuff, so something like that probably.
Well, let me tell you something. I have a 22-year-old son that has Down syndrome.
Mm.
His name is Zach.
Oh.
Zach is, and this is now you just touched my heart because I know a lot of people like you that give everything they have to help these individuals. And they're doing it with Zach too. I mean, he's very high functioning. He loves baseball. We have a good time. Never a dull moment here in the pod zone or in our house.
Uh,
It's crazy. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Thank you for having that heart.
oh,
He,
thank
he
you.
plays Challenger baseball, and
Oh,
I know this is not about me. This is supposed to be about you, but
that's
he
okay.
he plays on a team that will be going to the Little League World Series in Pennsylvania this year.
Oh, that's so exciting.
We are so
Awesome.
excited for him. And
Wow.
better yet, he's all excited because his mom is one of the on-field coaches.
Oh,
So it's
that is so exciting.
it's so exciting. And he's a big fan of music. He loves anything that I do or the shows we do. And I'll bet he's probably watching this right now upstairs. But
Uh, you should have him say hi. You need to have
I,
him do
yeah, I don't know if he would come down, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if he pops his head down here in a little bit because we're talking about him. But no, that's great. And thank you for having that heart. And thank you for being the person that you're being to help these individuals with disabilities. I mean, our life changed 22 years ago, my wife and I, and it changed for the better. And nothing like it. Just, oh my God, I'm going to get the goosebumps.
Oh, I love that.
But I want to talk more about your music. So what describe your writing, how you go about doing that, what comes across, how would you rather write alone, or are you
Mm.
in a room with other individuals, or what works for you?
I'm definitely a co-writer. I love, just the whole connecting to someone else and writing a song together. I usually start with the idea of the song. So I've got like in my phone, like in the notes app, like tons of just song ideas. Like I'll be about to go to sleep at night and then I'll be like,
Mhm.
oh, that's a hook. That's a song. I'm like, gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it
You're in
sometime.
your slippers and your nightie and you're like, where's my tablet, where's my phone, where's this?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know, I get it. You're
It's like
not
I'm
the
in
only
the
one of
shower.
this.
Oh, I'm gonna get out. Work on a song idea, like anything for the song. But yeah, it's usually the idea first, and then I'd probably say the lyrics
Mhm.
and the melody probably.
Do you base a lot of your writing on your own experiences?
Some are, yes.
Yeah.
Some aren't, but some
I
are.
mean, we all have relationships. We all go through a lot in our life,
Mhm.
and sometimes they make for the best songs.
True.
Yeah, yeah,
That's true.
very true. Yeah, you got a band? Do you play with a regular bunch of guys?
I have a band. Yeah.
Cool.
Band's awesome.
Yeah, and where do you get out in Nashville to play?
I have played like Whiskey Jam, Bus Call,
Yeah,
Listening Room. I'm playing the
love the
Listening
listening
Room
room.
on the 22nd here. Um, yeah.
Do you? I'm going to throw a name out there. Lindsay James. Do you know her? No. She's the writer and singer in Nashville, and her husband used to play professional baseball. That's how I got to know her a little bit.
I would have to I'm more of like a face person than a name
Right,
person. If I
right.
see them and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, they look
Yeah.
familiar.
I know she's played the listening room quite often. So
Okay.
yeah, seen her down at bar lines. I've seen her at the listening room, other
Mhm.
different places. So yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to get out and about at the last CRS, the Country Radio Seminar, to say hello to a lot of radio guys or programmers, or no?
Yeah, I actually CRS, I played CRS and it was my first time.
Were you in bar lines?
No, I didn't play bar lines. I played uh what's it called? It's like right where you go into the
Oh,
hall.
I saw you.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes, yes, we were going to eat. And
Yes.
you were on. Oh my God. I was standing there.
That was me.
Well, I was one of the how many hundreds of radio guys. But what a place to do that, though. Were you nervous doing something like that, knowing that there's all these radio people out there that they're like probably listening and going, either you're really good or no, we're not going to play. I mean, you think that, yet it's like, wow,
I
that
would
would make me
say,
nervous as hell.
yeah, I would say it's a I wouldn't say nervous. I would just say pressure.
Hmm.
But my goal is to get people to listen to my music. So that was
Yeah.
a really
Yeah.
good opportunity for me. I met a lot of cool people, especially
Mhm.
radio.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. All types.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of good people though. We have a good time. So,
Mhm.
and then
It
after that,
was a good time.
we went to dinner and we head down to bar lines. So,
I know.
anyways, were you making your rounds like through bar lines
Oh,
and
yeah.
all
I was like, "How did these
that?
people do this?" I was like, "This is, like, tiring. You're at one thing, then another, and then" you know
It's crazy. It's a crazy 4 days for us, and it's got to be even worse for you as an artist, because
Mhm.
correct me if I'm wrong here. Again, that an artist is not a morning person. You play the gigs, you play late till late at night, to the wee
Mhm.
hours of the morning. All the not, you don't make enough money to do that. You give up a lot of your life. And now this conference comes to town and you got to be at the Omni Hotel at 6 a.m. to meet people for breakfast or 7 o'clock or whatever you've
Yeah.
got going. It's crazy, but there's nothing better
Yeah,
when
it
you
seems
think
like
about
you never stop, but, like, I mean, that's what you signed up for,
it. That's true.
This is what I wanna do, so that's what you sign up for.
That's true. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a dog. Her name's
Oh,
Coco.
what's the name? I'm sorry.
Coco.
Poco?
Coco.
Coco.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My inner ears aren't
She's a
working.
little 3-pound Pomeranian. She's
Aw.
small.
Yeah. We have a big dog. We're a dog family as well. So there you go. Yeah.
Love
Interesting.
me some dogs.
Yep. Absolutely. We have yellow labs. Well, we're down to one right now, but hopefully we're going to get another one soon. So we'll see.
Oh.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly right. That's what we do here. What else you do for hobbies? Do you follow? How about the Nashville Sounds?
Yeah, I actually went to a Sounds game last weekend.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
a Titans, ticket holder, so I go to the Titans games
Ah, you're a
every
football
year.
girl.
Actually, I'm a basketball girl, but we don't have
Really?
an NBA team here. I mean, Memphis, but that's kinda far.
Yeah. You don't want to drive there.
But I'm a basketball girl because 'cause I'm from Kentucky and you can
Ah,
live
the Blue Devils. Right? Am I
they're
right?
Wildcats.
The Wildcats. Wait a minute. Who's the Blue Devils? It's that.
Is
All
that
right.
Duke?
Yeah, it's Duke. You're right. You're right. God. All right. I don't know much
You
about
don't
basketball.
get those confused.
No, but we have the Syracuse Orange. So, and we have the Hall of Fame award-winning coach. Oh, we did. He just resigned, but Jim Boeheim. So
Okay.
it was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Really cool. So, how often do you get out and play? Are you out every weekend?
I don't play a lot on the weekends. If I'm playing on the weekends, it's like an outside of town gig,
Yeah,
which I play a lot of shows in Kentucky, but I would say here, the shows I play are, like, during the week.
I got you. I got you. Does your family, when you go back home to Kentucky, does any of your family get out and come to the shows?
Oh, yeah. They're there every time. That's the coolest part about playing in Kentucky is
I
that,
love it.
my friends and family from home can come. It's
Hmm.
cool.
Hmm. Well, that's awesome. Are they big? They're Kentucky fans as well.
Yeah, for
Oh, yeah.
sure. Big time.
Well, we won't talk about the Syracuse Orange then. So yeah. So the music that you've all right, you put out an EP, correct?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No, no, no.
No, album. No.
No.
Talk to me.
Well, I put out an EP when I was in college in
Maybe
20
that's what I read then. Okay.
but that's totally off platforms because it's not my sound anymore, so we just took
Gotcha.
a clean slate. So
Mhm.
since then, I've just released singles.
And you determine, of course, being an independent, what single you're going to put out when.
Yeah.
And how do you get that to radio, being an independent? Have you been on a radio tour? Do you go and say, here's my new single?
Yeah, I visited a couple radio stations. I
Mhm.
visited a couple in Texas, last year, and like CRS was good for me, meeting radio people that way. So yeah, any chance I can get like that, I usually take it.
I'm trying to think if we actually met because is it Laura?
Laura, my
Mm,
PR.
yes, your PR.
Mhm.
Did she hang with you a little bit at CRS?
Yeah, she's with me often, I would say.
I would say we might have met
We might.
because I remember talking to
I'm
her.
not gonna lie, I met so many people.
I know, I know. I don't even know how you keep track.
Well, I try to, honestly, but, like, I suck at names. I'm so bad at names. And, ugh, and that week was exhausting. It's like one person after the
Mhm,
other,
mhm.
just which I love meeting people, and I'm a people person, but,
Absolutely.
you know,
Do
it's
you
hard
keep
to.
like a diary of, and I know a lot of artists do this because just for that reason, they meet so many different people. But for example, we're located in Syracuse. So if you came to Syracuse, you would say, okay, Syracuse, Wolf Radio, PD is Skip Clark, the music director is Skip Clark, blah, blah, blah. So now you look at the book before you go into the radio station, you
Oh,
walk
for
in and go,
sure.
Skip, how's it going?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's
That's
what they do.
yeah, but then I have a guy named John Shambi that I work with. You know John.
I know John.
I work with John, and, John's really good at telling me that kinda stuff, like,
Good.
"This is who
John's
this
awesome.
is, this is what
Yep.
they do." When I also played live in the Vineyard, it's what he did too. He was like, "This is the guy you were talking about bourbon with. This is the guy that you were blah, 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 blah," and he's, like,
And you're
really
like,
good.
"Oh, okay.
His job.
Okay." How was the Vineyard live in the Vineyard?
Beautiful.
I've heard that from every single artist that
Um,
I've talked to since then.
Napa is just unreal,
I've never been there, so
and add some wine and then country music on top of it. I don't know what's better.
it all goes together well.
Yeah, mixes beautifully,
Perfect,
beautiful blend.
perfect. Yeah, white wine or red? What do
I'm
you
a white wine girl. I'm like a
Alright,
sweet
okay,
wine girl.
okay.
Mhm.
I get you. I can go either way,
Yeah,
but I also enjoy my beer, so
I feel
but
that. I feel
yeah.
that.
So, what more in the way of music do we have coming from you? We've got the new single, which we played when we started here a little bit, that I was screwing around with the buttons.
Mhm.
But so that's the new single that you're dropping right now to radio, correct?
It's dropping next week, not this week.
Well, okay, that's what I meant. This time frame. So,
Mm.
yeah, okay, that's cool. And here again, will you be calling the radio stations, or is somebody else going to do that?
I guess we'll just talk about it when we get there. Either way.
I love it. I love it. So, do you ever get a chance to jam with any of the family members anymore?
Well, no, my papa passed away
Oh, sorry.
years ago.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then my uncle passed away kind of recently, and that's
Oh
why
my gosh.
I got this tattoo. It's a sunshine. So,
Oh, I'm so
yeah, it's
sorry
the
to hear
only
that.
tattoo I have, but
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Wow. A lot of great memories. And having that tattoo, it's the memories. It's not going anywhere. And
Mhm.
if anything, it's even going to get deeper. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, what's in store for you? What's happening next?
Well, we are working on another single after this one, and then hopefully an EP.
Okay. And where do you go? Are you working through one particular studio? Do you have a studio in your home? How do you do all that?
My producer's studio, it's like in his basement of his
Mhm,
house.
mhm.
I'm there. I was
Oh,
there
cool.
this weekend, Friday through Sunday, cutting some new songs, so I'm excited to share those.
Yeah. What is that like when
Mm.
you're cutting new music? Is it very frustrating? Do you have to be in the right mood? Do you got to make sure if you can? Do you feel right away like, okay, this is not working. We need to come back at another time.
No, I wouldn't say. I think I love, like, being in the studio, like, I love cutting vocals in the studio, it's so fun to me, like, the process and just watching is just so fun. So
Mhm.
no, I would just no, I don't think there's really bad day, unless my voice isn't feeling it
Right.
one day, but other than that, we'll usually go for it, and we did Friday through Sunday this week, so.
Wow. What about writing though? You have to be in that frame of mind,
Oh,
correct?
for sure. You
Okay.
you can't force it. I don't think you can force it.
No, no. Then it
You
sucks if
know,
you do. You don't want to do that.
writer's block is a true thing, and
There you go. Yep.
it's either you find a way to you go for a jog outside and you come back and you're, like, ready to go, or you just need to totally write a whole different day because not going to come back today.
What growing up, what other jobs did you have?
So I was an Elsa impersonator in high school. I did.
What?
I would go as Elsa from Frozen
Oh, okay. Okay.
to
Yeah.
little kids' birthday parties.
Do you know that Lainey Wilson used to go as Miley Cyrus?
I also did that too. So that's so funny. We have a little comment. We might be soul sisters, but
I think you are.
I'm from a super small town, and I would go dressed up as Hannah Montana to these schools because they'd never been
Exactly what she did.
Yeah, they'd never been to. She's probably the same way. She was from a small town. Those kids had never had the opportunity to go to like a concert or anything, and that was the real thing for them. So they legitimately thought that I was Hannah Montana.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
She said basically the same thing on my podcast. If you have time someday, you should go back and listen to it. And everything she did, like I asked her the same question, and that was one of the jobs. So
yeah, I did do that as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We got to get you a Laney hat.
I know.
They must have, you're in Nashville.
I've got some.
Yeah. Okay. I see you looking around. You probably got them all around.
They're hanging up on my walls.
Do you have any awards hanging up on your walls?
Not yet.
You will have.
Thank you.
See, I think positive on everything. There is no negativity coming out of here.
Exactly.
Coming out of me.
Manifest this life.
You got to love it. You got to love it. And you got to think positive too. What did you, when you first got to Nashville, what was that feeling? Were you scared? For somebody that, you picked up your roots in Kentucky and you loaded up the van and you moved to Nashville, or a car or truck, whatever it was you were driving. But you got to Nashville. Were you like, oh my God, I'm here. Now what do I do?
No, not really. I think like going in a college, moving here was easy for me to meet friends
Well, that's right, the college. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I was scared. I think I was prepared because I knew like this is what I wanted to do. And I'm a country girl at heart, but I love the city life as well. And I think that Nashville is like the best of both worlds with that,
No, you're right. You're right. It's definitely big city now. So you definitely get that part of it. There's no doubt. So
yeah.
I was a couple of weeks ago, we went to the NASCAR race.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you were there or not, but I know a lot of artists were there, and it was just a crazy time and a good time and a lot of fun. Haven't been to a NASCAR race in a while. My wife and I had a chance to get away for the weekend. So we went to the NASCAR race. And,
I bet that was a lot of fun.
Oh my God, it was a riot. It was hotter than you know what, but it was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. It was getting there and getting home that was not fun. So, which we all know, hey, welcome to flying nowadays. So,
yes.
Great. Yeah. So you get the band together, you go out. What's the farthest that you've actually traveled for a show?
Yeah. Definitely Napa.
Oh, I didn't think of that. That was just you and a guitar, though, right?
Yeah. So I'm playing Alabama in September, so that's probably going to be the farthest so far.
What about singing the national anthem?
Oh, I love singing the anthem. I was going to
ask
it growing up all the time, like basketball games all the time.
It doesn't scare you at all?
Mm-mm.
Good girl. Because I think that is the hardest song to sing. I'd be like scared to death to go out there and have to do that. Not that anybody would want to hear me sing, but if I did do it, it'd be like so frightening to me. Afraid that if you screw up the national anthem,
that's true.
That's crazy.
But I feel like I've sang it so many times. I'm like, it don't make me nervous anymore.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. So, what part of Nashville do you live in?
Near downtown.
Okay, so you're a walking distance to wherever you need to go.
Yeah. I mean, I Uber because I'm lazy, but
we all Uber. We go to Nashville, we Uber.
Oh, yeah. Uber everywhere.
But I'll bet that you've never ridden in a Tesla Uber.
I have.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, you win. When we went to Nashville a couple of weeks ago, we didn't get until like 2:00 in the morning. And I'm at the airport and I called for an Uber and this guy shows up in a Tesla. And I'm like,
No.
holy crap.
Yeah, that's happened to me before. It's wild. I mean, I Uber all the time though, so like the
Yeah,
chance
yeah.
of it happening is pretty.
And I had never ridden in a Tesla before. So this guy's showing me all the bells and whistles
I
and
was gonna say, did you know how to open the door?
no,
Oh no. Yeah,
no, because it doesn't have, you're right. No,
yeah,
I could not open the door.
yeah, it's complicated.
And then I felt like a fool when the guy walks over and goes, and the door opens.
Yeah.
But it's not bad though. But there are a lot of toys. And he goes, this is one thing I like about my Uber. He steps on it and it's like, whoa, you're like 0 to 60 in seconds,
Dang.
at 3 in the morning in Nashville, heading to the Omni where we stayed. So
He gave you the ride of your life, I guess.
he did.
Fast and
He did.
Furious is what I like to call it.
Yeah, Fast and Furious, but I get car sick. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
that's not good.
I'm not one of those. My wife can take it, but I get car sick.
I feel like being from the South and where I'm from, there's a lot of winding roads,
Mhm.
small roads, and car sick. You just don't really, you're used to it at this
I
point.
guess
Yeah.
my dad used to get mad at me and have to stop because I get car sick. But
Mhm.
anyways, whole nother subject. How many guitars do you have?
I have one.
Piano?
I have one piano.
Well, yeah. I can't imagine anybody having more than one, I guess. They
Mhm.
take up so much room.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a keyboard,
Oh,
so
I love it. I love it. I love it. Would
mhm.
you rather play the keyboard or the guitar?
I'm a piano girl. I like
I thought you were. I was watching the video online. So
yeah,
it's beautiful.
piano girl.
Beautiful. And good job with that, by the way. And your videos, do you arrange for those? Do you have a certain team that you use all the time for your videos?
Actually, I've used different people each time, actually.
Okay. Have you had your videos on CMT
Yes.
or GAC or all of the above?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. So you're just waiting for that one phone call,
Mhm.
that one letter, that one knock on the door, that one email, and your life could change forever. And I know it will.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. If somebody wanted to get a hold of your music and all that, like you say, I know you're all over the platforms,
Mhm.
digital service providers, and all those DSPs. You're all over that, right? You said.
Yes. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. I mean,
Yeah. Well, now, what song went on TikTok, and it went viral? What was
right girl, wrong time.
right? And how did you feel when you saw those numbers going up? What were you thinking?
It was crazy at first. I was like, "Oh my gosh." I remember going to dinner. I posted so the song had been out for a full year before I posted it on TikTok.
Mhm.
And I just remember, I had just posted a cover of Driver's License and it was my first song to like go viral and I was like, "Okay, this TikTok app like works." So I was like, "I'm going to post an original just to let people get to know Tyra." And yeah, I posted Right Girl Wrong Time, I remember, and I was going to dinner and I get home from dinner and I'm like, "Oh my god, it's at like 30K views," and, it's at 4 million something right now, but that was just crazy. I was like, "This app is wild." It's been
Mhm.
a great platform for me in my
Ha-
yeah.
Have you joined the new Threads?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
really like it, low key.
now, I read today, though, that Threads is eating up your battery on your phone.
Oh, probably. I could see that.
I don't know. And they compared it to Twitter, of course. I don't know how accurate this is, but all
Mhm,
because. But like Twitter was only using like 12% and Threads used like 56%.
mhm.
It was some show prep we got in the radio station today. So I'm
Wild.
like going, wow, this is crazy.
I know, it was wild to me how many people, like, joined Threads, like, the day. I joined it the day of.
Yeah, me too.
Crazy.
Me too. I'll have to follow you. You follow me, you'll find me. So
I'll
there.
I'll admit I'm a little unhinged on there, but I
But
just
that's okay. It's the real you.
yeah, yeah, it is definitely the real me, and my mom actually mentioned it to me. She's like, "What's Threads?" And I was like, "Don't do it. Don't be on Threads, mom.
Mom, we don't want you on that.
Mom, let's not."
I love it. Does your mom get to come and visit often?
Mhm. Yeah,
Good.
'cause well, where my parents live is really close, pretty close here, like 3 hours, so
Oh, that's not bad at all.
my
Not bad at
mom
all.
is a lot.
Is it too close?
No.
I think guys would go, yeah, but most girls would go, no, it's mom. It's not. It couldn't be close enough. So
Mm-hmm.
I know my daughters were like that with their mom. So absolutely, 100%. It's pretty cool. You are very talented. You have what it takes. You got the whole package, and your music is just phenomenal.
Thank
Um, just keep doing what you're doing and keep plugging away. And somebody, sure, you're going to get the no's, but you're going to get a lot of yeses too. So
you.
just forget about those haters. Haters are going to hate.
Yeah,
So
for
that's the way I
sure.
look at it. You know how that goes. So
Yeah.
do you get down
Well,
to Printer's Alley at all? I'm
today
sorry.
they said if you don't have haters, then you ain't doing it right. So
That's one thing we say in radio as well. Somebody calls them bitches about the radio station. It's like, good, they're listening. Thank you. Thank you for
exactly.
listening. Appreciate that.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Haters are going to hate, and it's not a bad thing. So there you
Mm-hmm.
go. Do you get down in Printer's Alley at all? I was up there over a couple of weeks ago.
I actually love Miss Kelly's. I was there on New Year's.
Yes.
I was there on New Year's. It was really fun.
Nice. Nice. Good time.
Me and my friends, we didn't want to really do the Broadway, thing, but
Yeah.
we did Printer's Alley.
I think everybody that goes to Nashville has to check out Broadway. I totally get that.
Yeah.
The first time I went, it was like, wow, I can't wait to go to Broadway. Of course, it wasn't as crazy as it is now. But I think, you have to do that. But then after a while, like we hit Nashville, we'll go out to the Station Inn or we'll go to,
Oh, yeah. I've actually never been there to the Station Inn before.
it's a cool place. It's not, it's your typical, how can I say this and be right about it? Dive, but it's awesome. It's so, you can go get a beer and hang out.
No. I've also never been to the Bluebird either. I need to go there.
Really? Oh, you got to go and sign up to play.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, maybe the only time I want to go, the first time we'll be playing. Maybe we'll keep it like the Opry because it's been a while.
I hope I'm in town when you're doing something like that.
Yes.
Really, because I'd be your biggest fan. I would go.
I always post my shows on my Instagram, so
okay.
you'll have to keep an eye out when you come to
Absolutely.
Come to the
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tyra, it's been great just having a conversation with you and finding out about you. Your website, what is that?
TyraMadison.com.
It's that easy. And they're going to find everything out about you that they need to find out. Now, the new song's you said that's not out till next week.
Yes.
All right. But make sure you all check it out because it's really good. Really good. We played a little bit of it in the beginning. If you could forget about my mistakes and pushing the buttons, then
You're fine. You're fine.
Tyra, you're awesome. I wish you a lot of luck in your career and just keep doing what you're doing. I'll definitely, if you're at CRS next time around, I'll make it a point to say hello. And hopefully, if I see the little name badge that says who you are or you see mine, just come on over and say hello. And
of course,
let me know if you're playing at Bar Lines or one of the places. Who knows? Who knows? And don't tell anybody, but I have Bar Lines glasses. You
have a what?
I have Bar Lines glasses, like beer glasses.
Oh, you do? You take them?
And I noticed, and I had everybody's going to know now. But 2 weeks ago, my wife and I, when we were eating at Bar Lines, had a beer. I went, oh, look at these glasses. They don't say Bar Lines on them, but mine do. So at CRS a couple of years ago, I collected.
Wow. I've done that before. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Enough said.
I would say more of like the things the sauce comes in.
When you,
I'll take those because I don't feel like putting them in another cup.
The little plastic things.
Or no, like if it's like a glass one, I'll just put it in with my quesadilla.
It's like, I know that was on the table here, ready to go. I know. I hear you.
I'm guilty. I plead the fifth if anyone else asks,
Somebody comes over, they open up the cupboard, and there's all these little glass, the glass things for the sauce. Yeah, that's cool. Tyra, it's been great chatting with you. Thank you so much for taking the time tonight and logging on and hopefully it was a good time. And we found out a lot about you and your music. And I highly recommend that our viewers and anybody listening to this, make sure you go to TyraMadison.com and check out the music, check her out, find out what she's all about, and you're going to fall in love. It's just great stuff. There's, it's so much great talent just sitting there. And you're a good example of that. Just crazy. I'm not just saying that. So
I appreciate that.
well, hopefully, if you're up in the area, look us up. We're on the Wolf, and of course,
Yeah.
Skip happens on YouTube. Make sure you give us a like on the page and all the good stuff. So, Tyra, thanks for joining us tonight. Stay right there. All right.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Night.